Hi, Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow. Chris is going to shut the door.
Yes, I am.
Yay! Check us out at ketochow.xyz.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, we have a couple of products that we created to help make doing keto easier. Our main product is a meal replacement shake mix that you can customize to fit the macros that work best for you. We also have some electrolytes that are super awesome.
We do this daily live stream to keep you updated on all of our Keto Chow happenings, to help us be accountable and stay on track and have you with us on our journey.
Yep.
So thanks for joining us.
Sorry, we're a little bit late. We were very distracted.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just having a lot of fun. I was putting cocoa powder and stuff. And did you know if you have vanilla Keto Chow and you're like, I want to make cookies and cream, just throw some cocoa powder in there. Boom. It's amazing.
Cocoa powder goes a long way.
Rhonda says, good morning, you guys. Right Family says, morning. Angie says, morning.
morning.
Patty Smith says, hi. Floyd says, good morning. And Trisha says, hello from Portland. Which Portland?
Oh.
Portland, Oregon? Either way, thank you. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Withers Wendy says, better Nate than Lover. Good movie, too. Sorry. When I was like 15, I went on a river rafting trip with my brother through Teton National Park with the Scouts, and our guide told us a story. It was like 2 hours long, and at the very end, it turned out the entire thing was a joke, just so that he could say better Nate than Lever. And we all just stopped. We're like, wait a minute. That's like terrible.
Oh, wow.
It was like the most elaborate dad joke I've ever heard in my life. Susan B says, morning. Matreya says, hello, everyone. Tricia says, Oregon. Okay, there you go.
Perfect.
Jason is having a tropical storm.
Oh, wow. Be careful.
We're having a whole lot of nothing for the
Yep.
next week. And the air is blowing from Nevada way up towards us. So we're
it's
getting all of
air.
we're getting all of Mike's leftover junk.
Air.
Yeah, it's supposed to get over like 105 here. Right Family says everything's okay. We're halfway through and didn't know. Talk about biggest non-scale victory. Okay. Sean says good morning, Chris and Miriam. Weathers Wendy says classic John Cusack movie. There you go. Mm-hmm. Carla says good morning.
Good morning.
So yesterday, I actually had 3 meals of Keto Chow, but my last meal. Okay, so I did Keto Chow for breakfast and lunch. My last meal of Keto Chow was
Ridiculous. Oh.
It was ridiculously awesome. So, desktop. So you go to resources, go to recipes. It brings up all the different recipes that we have. And, well, it's the first one right now, but if you go to chocolate peanut butter, this one right here.
Chocolate peanut butter is so
It's
good.
the chocolate peanut butter Muddy Buddies. Excuse me. This is nuts. Okay, so it says use 2 ounces of pork rinds, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. In this case, I decided, well, forget that. I'm just going to use the amount of butter that I would use from a regular meal of Keto Chow, which happens to be half
You're
of a
messing
table.
with the recipe?
It's okay. It happens to be half of a stick of butter. And then a little bit of, I did some unsweetened peanut butter. Anyway, melted those up, poured them over. I had a bag full of pork rinds.
Did you measure your pork rinds?
No.
Well, we can't duplicate it.
It's okay. I just got to fill up the bag halfway.
You're like,
and I
okay,
look for the
that-
smallest ones I can find. This is a place where getting the little crumbs is amazing. Anyway, poured the butter over it, shook it up a bunch. Dumped in a scoop of chocolate peanut butter, shook it up a bunch. And then put
air in the bag, because that's
a
how you
lot of
shake it
air.
up.
And then like 2 tablespoons of powdered erythritol. Shook it up a bunch.
2 tablespoons, that's kind of a lot.
I actually only did 1 tablespoon. Because there was too much butter in it for this recipe, it ended up that the more I shook, the cleaner the bag got. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I just kept on shaking. The bag was getting cleaner and cleaner. I wasn't able to get all the stuff out of the corners, but I was able to get the other stuff. And I didn't use peanuts or the chocolate chips, but it was a meal of Keto Chow as Muddy Buddies. It was insane. I was doing I was watching two crazy ketos doing their live stream, eating pork rinds covered in Keto Chow and erythritol and butter, and it was delightful, but I ended up drinking 3 giant glasses of water.
And had to pee all night.
I didn't have to pee all night.
That's a miracle.
Because anyway, it was good. It was super good.
Well, that Muddy Buddy recipe is delicious. And it's nice because there's a little bit of salt on the...
There's quite a bit of salt,
on the pork rinds, and so then you kind of get the sweet and the salt and the peanut. And
the saltiness of Keto Chow, the powder, not mixed up with anything, totally works. It was great.
So yummy.
Carlos says, good morning. Renette has a good question. Can this be used by diabetics? We have a lot of people who are diabetics, type 1 and type 2, that are using ketogenic diets and Keto Chow in conjunction with that, and having amazing success. So always, if you have concerns, check with your doctor. But here's the thing. So Keto Chow is specifically designed to be all the nutrients you need. Like I took a lot of care and work to make sure it's right. The thing is, most people, it's like, okay, is this okay? Can I safely use Keto Chow for X? Maybe it's feeding it to your kid. Maybe it's giving it to an old person. Maybe you're a diabetic. But I know a lot of diabetics who eat macaroni and cheese. I know a lot of diabetics who eat a hamburger from McDonald's. Are those safe for diabetics? I would say no.
A hamburger without the bun.
A hamburger without the bun would be great. Macaroni and cheese? Nah, probably not.
French fries.
But a lot of diabetics eat it, and the American Diabetes Association recommends that sort of food for diabetics, which is kind of crazy. So anyway, if you do have concerns, please do check with your doctor, but make sure if you're checking on the efficacy and safety of Keto Chow, and you're bringing the nutrition facts, make sure you're also talking to your doctor about all the other foods that you eat.
Like dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Like dinosaur chicken nuggets. But because you're controlling your intake of carbohydrates, we have a lady who's a type 1 diabetic who lives across the street from us.
It's been really good for us, actually.
And she does a ketogenic diet. She uses Keto Chow, but mostly she's doing a ketogenic diet. And it is saving her so much money on insulin.
Money,
it's insane.
She's just been so happy.
Because for a type 1, it doesn't matter if it's potatoes or if it's a Snickers bar, or the carbs are carbs. Rice, potatoes, all of it, she still has to load up on insulin. So by not having to add insulin and keeping her blood sugar under control, it's just been great for her. So Betsy wants to know, how's the walking? How do you walk in on 105? Miriam goes walking at 5 o'clock in the morning.
At 5:50.
There
so
you go.
6 o'clock. In fact, it was like 75 degrees this morning at 6 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah. But I had pants and a jacket on because we walk down by the river.
Oh, you guys do?
It's a little bit colder down by the water.
Oh, yeah.
So we walk through the neighborhood, and there's the Jordan River is by us, and so we
Then
just
you have to walk
down.
back up.
Yeah, but we walk back up a slider, not as steep of a hill.
Okay.
So that we're not dying. But I am still having a hard time with it.
All right, it's good for your calves, right?
Yeah.
Nan made lemon meringue chaffles. I haven't tried that yet. That sounds really good.
That's a good idea.
I need to try that. Patty says I need to make the Keto Chow Muddy Buddies.
Yeah.
Stacey says, good morning from Boca. We're a little behind on comments. Sorry. Shauna says, I think I need this for lunch. And it was really funny to
The Muddy Buddies.
to make a full meal out of the Muddy Buddies.
If I ate that many pork rinds, I would be sick to my stomach.
Yeah. So Renette had another question. Is this, now talking about Keto Chow, something you'll have to drink the rest of your life to maintain? So Keto Chow it's just a way to have a keto-friendly meal that's very easy. So so me personally, I spent 35, whatever, years eating junk, getting fat, all that sort of stuff. I went on a ketogenic diet. It's helping me maintain that. Everything's great. If I go back to eating all the junk I did before, I can't reasonably expect to maintain my health because that wouldn't work. I don't have to use Keto Chow.
Yeah.
Let me be very specific
You can
about
have
that.
bacon in it.
Keto Chow is, you don't have to use Keto Chow to do a ketogenic diet.
It's a tool.
Yeah, it's like you're sitting there and you're like, oh, what do I eat? I don't know what to eat. Oh, I know, I can make Keto Chow. Or you can make a steak.
Or you can make brisket.
Yeah, but what we're trying to avoid is you don't know what to have and you're like, I guess I'm just going to cheat today and I'm just going to have blah,
or
blah,
on
blah.
the run, and there's nothing against having a hamburger without a bun.
Yeah,
sometimes
I do
it's just not as satisfying, and sometimes Keto Chow isn't as satisfying as a hamburger without the bun. So it just depends on what you would use it for. Use it as a tool to help you in your journey. That's what we have it for.
You can, it is designed so that you can have it as many meals a day as you want, as long as you want. I've gone 100 days where it was literally the only thing that I ate. But you don't have to do that. I merely did that so that I could prove that it was a viable way to do things. For most people that are serious about a ketogenic diet, once they start a ketogenic diet, they realize it's not a diet, it is a lifestyle. Because it's the sort of thing you're eating the proper human diet, and it's something that you will, I'm not going to say need to do the rest of your life, you will want to do the rest of your life if you want to maintain your health.
Well, and you just feel so good. I think it's interesting. So many people are focusing on weight loss, that it's temporary. I started because I wanted to lose weight.
Yeah.
I still want to lose weight.
A lot of people do.
But when I don't eat as well, I don't feel as good. Like my cognitive function isn't as good. And so my legs are not swollen. And I've had swollen legs for the last 10 years. And so I feel like there's so many benefits to doing keto that are not just weight loss. We need to kind of get out of that mentality of I'm going to lose weight and then everything's going to be fine. Like,
and then I'll go back to doing whatever.
Yeah. So that's what's so cool about calling it the proper human diet. We actually talked about cheating the other day. We were on a call with Terrace Keto's Kitchen. It was last Thursday, and they were talking
before
about...
the 4th of July, yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about having a planned cheat meal, and we kind of discourage having cheat meals at all just because it's really hard, especially for me. Like, it's once I have something, I want to have more and more and more and more. And I even have to be careful with the keto treats because I want to have more.
1 is too many, 10 is not enough.
Yeah, and so I know that about myself. And so if I have cheated in the past, years ago or whatever, then I have a really hard time getting back on. I'm like, oh, I ate crap today, I'll eat crap tomorrow. Oh, I ate crap yesterday, I'll eat crap today. So it takes me like a whole week to even get my mind ready to get back on keto. So I just don't. But one thing that they were saying on Terrace Keto Kitchen was if you have a planned time, give yourself parameters and say, okay, I'm going to do this from here to here. And then at this time, I'm keto because that's what I am. I am doing keto. This is my life. I'm having this thing. This is what I plan to do. So having a plan. One thing Jeremy was saying was that when he does, because he likes craft beer, and that's why he wanted to drink some beer with his friends. He said he's planning to do it, and he knows he's going to feel it in his knee, and he knows he's going to feel it in his lower back. And he said that sometimes, that's a reminder that why I do this all the time, why I live this lifestyle. Just get that little reminder.
A little bit of perspective.
Yeah. And so that's why they said, if you're going to do a cheat meal, it is a reminder, and plan it.
Yeah.
And I still don't want to do a cheat meal. But everybody's different, and you do what you do that's best for you. So.
That's right. So Maitreya talking about the Muddy Buddies says they sound amazing. Keto Dana says good morning, bears. Happy Friday.
Dana.
Again, I'm behind on comments. Sorry. Alicia says hi, y'all.
Hi.
Sean's going to try some organic peanut powder with
Oh,
no sugar.
that's a good
Nice.
idea. Yeah, we should try that too with the peanut flour.
Yep. Kathy says good morning. Does the Keto Chow shakes have the iodine that your body needs? Yes, it does. And that's one of the things. So I use Keto Chow for my primary source of nutrition, and I'm the guy in charge of formulating it. So I make sure it has the best ingredients that I can possibly get because I am very selfish and I don't want to have a nutritional deficiency. So you're welcome.
Well, do you want to tell them about the other weird vitamins?
Well, so we not only have the iodine and all the other things, we also have methylated B vitamins.
Because your body, some people's bodies can't methylate the B vitamins, and so we just got it instead of folic acid. We got.
Yeah, when all of the vitamins, they're the version of the vitamins that human beings need. So it's not vitamin D2, because your body has to convert that into vitamin D3. So why not just use vitamin D3? It's not folic acid, it's methylated folate. It's not vitamin K, it's vitamin K2, specifically MK7 if you really want to get into it. We're using the vitamin B6 version that humans use. All of the different vitamins are exactly the type that human beings use. For that matter, we're using magnesium that is super bioavailable instead of like magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide
is cheaper.
It's super cheap.
Yeah, and so a lot of times with ingredients, you just see it says, magnesium. But what magnesium is that?
Yep.
And so we have opted to not necessarily go the cheapest route, but tried to do what we feel is the healthiest.
I mean, you could expect us to do the cheapest route if we were just selling a product and that was it. But since we're actually using it, we're on a ketogenic diet, things tend to be a lot better. Let's see. Maitreya says, that sounds super tasty. I'll have to try it when I have a bit more flex. Okay, there you go. Keto Dana says, I wish I liked pork rinds.
Yeah.
These don't taste
like
like pork rinds at all.
To get liking pork rinds.
Shauna says, did my first intermittent fasting, 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. Seemed to go well. We'll repeat.
Yay!
Weathers Wendy says that she is type 2 diabetic. Keto Chow is awesome. Debbie Stokes says good morning.
Good morning, Debbie.
Shauna says, I've been having Keto Chow since last September. That, along with starting tracking and meal planning beginning of June, helped me get off insulin completely and have my other meds.
Yay!
Nice.
It's so amazing, Shauna.
Deb says, hey Bears, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, too. Patty says, I've been walking every morning this week. I'm planning on making this my routine.
Yay, Patty!
I've been going on the treadmill.
Librarians for the win!
I've been going on the treadmill over in the annex, and I had this giant swamp cooler that's pointed right at me. It's
like on you.
Yeah, and I'm still super sweaty, but I'm doing it at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's hot there, though.
Yeah. Shauna says, it's a really awesome, great flavored tool with so many options. Keto Chow, yum. Tricia says, has anyone ever made vanilla with butter and used it as coffee creamer?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think people have.
They've never come back about coffee creamer, but a lot of people make vanilla with butter.
Well, you could easily add it to your coffee. Lots of people have done that. I've heard salted caramel is a good coffee creamer too.
Patty says that she's eating 3 Keto Chows a day right now because I want to be lazy. Well, congratulations.
Okay.
Deb says, talking to Patty Smith, I want to make the Keto Chow Muddy Buddies this week. Chris got me excited about those when he was talking about a batch recently.
Oh my gosh.
I actually made 2 batches last night. I made 1 batch that I just ate. That was my dinner.
Yeah, and I wasn't there.
Miriam was like,
eaten it.
where's mine?
You could make that again.
It took me a minute and a half to make another batch. Most of the time was just shaking.
He was really nice because he just took some out, put it in a bowl, and put the rest in the fridge, which means it won't be there when we get home.
Probably not.
I ate this much. And I wrote it down.
Nice. Let's see. Shauna says that a couple days she had her tendonitis flare up in her right thumb. Keto Chow for meals a couple days and no cooking. Wonderful option. Tricia says that it's helped me with my Hashimoto's tremendously.
Oh, good. Yeah, Hashimoto's is hard.
Keto Daniel says, keto is so easy, I don't know why people say it's not sustainable, because they want their pasta and bread. And if that's not a clear indication of a addiction, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there was a good video by Robert Cywis yesterday about addiction, and he brings up the same thing again.
He is so blunt.
If you're an alcoholic, or someone's an alcoholic, would you expect them to just drink a little bit of alcohol? Like, no. If you're a heroin addict, just have heroin on Tuesdays. And they're going to be able to withstand the pull of that addiction, and that's what, he said sugar
that's a big no.
is an addiction.
Yeah.
It really pulls you.
Kaylee says, for reals, my last cheat meal lasted 2 weeks.
Right? I just can't do it. I'm like, I can't even
start.
I've
already sabotaged myself today. I'll just keep on going. Tricia says she's the same way. Right Family says her doc last night was keto friendly and said it was good because of the vitamins from food. Okay. Keto Dan says, enjoying some snickerdoodle right now. I haven't had this flavor in a while. Did you make it with butter?
Yeah, I haven't had snickerdoodle in a while either.
So Rhonda says that she hates that she won't be joining us on our 72-hour fast. It starts this Sunday. Hubby coming home Saturday. Right now I'm at 38-hour, into a 48-hour fast, maybe 48. Yeah, and that's, you do what you do. I mean, so we are going to start a 72-hour fast on Sunday. So at 5 p.m. Mountain. Mm-hmm. You can start, if you want to join us, you can start it whenever you want. You can go for as long as you want. We just happen to be planning ahead, which if you have a plan,
it really helps to be mentally prepared for a fast.
And the crazy thing is, we were actually supposed to fast last Sunday, but because we were camping and the kids were like, "Oh, we didn't plan on this." Anyway, so we're going to fast on Sunday. Well, Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Or 24 hours.
Have a giant meal.
Dry fast, because that's
and then do a
fast.
72-hour fast right after it. It'll be interesting.
Well, and you know what else we're having? What we're having for dinner on Sunday?
What?
We're having Hawaiian haystacks. So we're going to my brother's house. I'm actually kind of excited about it because it's his baby's birthday.
What the heck am I going to eat?
I have riced cauliflower. I have green onions. I have olives. I'm going to make the chicken, and I'm going to use the Keto Chow chicken soup to make a roux and put it over the chicken.
Okay.
So I'm excited to play with it because we haven't had Hawaiian haystacks because everything is carbs. So I'm
quite literally, except the chicken.
Yeah, but I think having olives and green onions and stuff on it will be good. So and cheese.
Okay. So
I think it'll be good. I'm excited to play.
I might come home and have another meal because we need to get all 2,000 calories. Well, our entire meal in just before we do that. Let's just
bring a side of bacon and deviled eggs.
There you go. I can do that. Yeah. Let's see. Shauna says, my diabetes specialist is so excited for me and was receptive at all the info I gave her. Keto Chow, Dr. Berry, etc. Nice. Maitreya says she definitely appreciates the nutrition of Keto Chow.
Yeah.
Shauna, talking to Deb, says, I will look up the Life app. I just use a day planner. So the Life app that she was talking about. Oop.
There we go.
So if you go to resources,
too fast.
Our favorite things. Scroll. It's right here.
Yeah, well, and I think it's free.
It is free.
And what's so cool about it is, they don't show it on there.
Well, because it's an app. It does not have a website interface at all.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because you're able to team up with friends and see how they're doing.
Well, and there's a Keto Chow fasting
group. Yeah.
Group if you want to go, and then there's a chat too that you can go on there and chat. But what I really like that's the most satisfying, it's like a checklist, checking off stuff.
Oh yeah, it gives you this.
So you have that little circle thing, and it has the number of, it's only 8 hours fasted.
Oh, on here it only shows.
Yeah, it only shows that. But halfway through the circle, if you're doing a longer fast, it has a muscle, you've reached blah, 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 muscle building time. You've reached fat building time, has a little fire. And anyway, it's just so cute because I'm I can make it to because especially if I'm having a hard time, I look at that and I'm I'm so close. I can make it to the thing. I only have this much more time, and so you change the hours on it too. So you can easily be I'm not going to make 24 hours. I'm going to do 18. Okay. So you can change your hours on your fast if you decide to. And then you can be okay, I can make it to 16 or I can make it to 18 or whatever, or longer. I actually end up, putting longer if I get busy, but it's satisfying to me to see that little graphic and think I can get to that muscle arm. I can get to the beefy arm. I am going to make it, and then I go do something so that I'm distracted and get out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Helps.
Although our kids will still have to eat. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Tricia says she has one of the MTHFR mutations.
There you go.
So I appreciate the fact you guys recognize that in your product. Deb says it's fabulous that Shauna came off of insulin. Melissa says, why do you refrigerate overnight? Does it thicken it up?
Well, it does thicken it up.
A little bit, yeah.
For one, but it actually, how vitamins, have that vitamin-y taste? If you put it in for longer, it kind of makes that vitamin-y taste spread out over the flavor and not be so loud.
So the short version is, the recommendation to refrigerate it overnight is purely out of it makes it taste
better. Yeah. You don't need to.
Yeah. If you want to mix it up and drink it immediately, like you're at scout camp and you just have a giant bottle of avocado oil and a bag of chocolate and you're mixing it up and drinking it right away. I did that. Like,
it seems like something Melissa would do.
I know.
At scout camp.
But, and then I would wash out my bottle and let it dry. I did that for several days. And it worked out great. You can absolutely drink it right away. It just tastes better. And most people are of the opinion that stuff that tastes better tastes better. Yeah. Flavor is really important to people, so you don't have to. And it actually tastes even better after 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And then what we like to tell people is 6 days. I wouldn't...
Yeah,
that's how
6
long
days.
it lasts.
Now that said, I mixed up some with butter, and they went 10 days this last week, and the kids finally ate the last one, and they was still just fine. But yeah, heavy cream doesn't taste as long.
Keep it at 6, just in case.
Holly says better
Hi,
late than never. Yeah, Yvette says I've been working through all the flavors to see my faves. Most I have already gotten into the big bags of. I do only one in the mid morning, and it keeps me to one other meal a day for dinner.
Oh,
Nice.
that's so good. Yeah.
Deb says salted caramel is also great in ice cream, which I had for dinner last night. Deanne says any suggestions on how to fit intermittent fasting and 3 keto chows in? I do a window from 1 to 7. I can only fit 2 keto chows in and then take multivitamins to make up the difference. So I personally, if I want to do a time restricted feeding window, I'll usually drink a keto chow and then wait an hour. Drink a keto chow, wait an hour, drink a keto chow.
And I can't do that.
And that's if I want to do all 3. But Miriam can't do that.
Sometimes if I do 3 in a day, I'm struggling to get the last one down. So I actually like doing keto chow, like 2 keto chows and then a meal, or 1 keto chow and then a heavier meal.
Yeah.
Like a real meat heavy meal, because I feel satisfied, and I just can't drink that much keto chow at one time because my body's just like too much.
So again, keto chow is a tool to help you get the right nutrition. You don't have to use it for every meal or even any meals if you don't want to.
Well, and Deanne, if you wanted to lower your fat a little bit on the keto chows, then you might be able to fit the 3 in.
That's true.
But I don't want you to be hungry either, so you got to play with it a little bit.
Yeah, so you could do 2 keto chows with hardly any fat at all, maybe just a little bit, and then have a big meal that incorporates all your fat into it.
Butter on your steak or whatever.
Yeah. Kaylee just purchased a sample pack and is having her first keto chow this morning.
Yay!
Nice.
What flavor are you trying?
Snickerdoodle. There, she said it.
She
knew what we were going to ask. Holly says she has vanilla today with a 1/4 teaspoon of apple pie spice.
Oh, that sounds good.
And a 1/4 teaspoon of apple extract for lunch. She's making ice cream.
Yeah, that's why we closed the door, because the ice cream maker sounds
Shauna says that sounds delicious. Holly says break up some pork rinds to replace the noodles on top.
Oh, yes! For the Hawaiian haystacks.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Okay, Matreya says can't go wrong with deviled eggs. Shauna says solve your problems with bacon.
Yeah. We can just have bacon on the top.
There you go.
Some bacon chips.
Right Family says bacon is a girl's best friend. Shauna says I need to though figure out more protein options. I'm starting adding collagen to my keto chow shakes.
Yeah.
Still trying to get in my protein goal. I was actually talking to Dave Feldman about some stuff, and my recommendation to him was actually stop taking fish oil supplements and just eat some salmon every day. And he's like, oh yeah, that would totally work, because it's good in the omega-3 fats and a lot of protein. So
start eating salmon every day.
Yeah, or you could have some tuna fish.
I could eat smoked salmon every day.
Yep. Rhonda says, is it okay to break a fast with keto chow? We have done it many times.
Lots of times.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of nice because it's a little bit soft on your stomach.
Yeah.
Unless you drink it really fast, and then it might not be.
Yep. Holly says, I could do 3 keto chows in a couple hours. I love them. Rachel from 2 Crazy Ketos, she did 3 meals of keto chow as ice cream within a span of an hour.
Nuts.
She actually had to eat some of it while she was sitting in the bathtub because she was getting too cold. I'm like, that's crazy.
It is nice to make it into ice cream, though, because then you feel like you're eating something.
Yeah.
But it takes me forever to eat it.
So Chris Beach is eating some chocolate peanut butter. He's tuning in for the first time and having his first keto chow shake.
Oh, yeah.
So welcome.
What flavor are you having, Chris?
Chocolate peanut butter.
Oh, sorry, I was only half listening.
Deb says maybe I could do Rachel and have 3 Keto Chow ice creams in an eating window. Nice.
I don't see how.
Trisha says
Smart.
I'm trying raspberry cheesecake for lunch. So excited. And Floy says, I always put my 1/2 scoop Keto Chow flavor into my 16-ounce hot coffee every morning. Love it.
Nice.
Well, we're all caught up on comments. So we actually
You
went
like
a
my
bit
shirt?
longer. It's one of the new ones.
Let me see that. Does the back look okay?
Yeah.
Can you see
It's
it?
got the. There we go. Keto Chow food pyramid.
It's kind of cute how Haley drew it.
Yeah, she did. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, I'm going to go back here. Keto Chow side.
I like the solid Keto Chow on the front better.
So if you go to Shop Keto Chow products, Keto Chow shirts and gear on Amazon, Miriam is sporting the V-neck, and she got pink.
Pink is the best.
So, and we priced these as low as we could without them charging us money every time you order one.
Yeah,
I think
'cause
we're
that
making a
seems kind of
couple cents.
expensive, $20.
Yeah, it was as low as it would go. So,
Oh,
Anyway.
can you go?
but there's a bunch of different colors and
Didn't
styles.
they used to be a little bit less expensive?
Well,
before the pandemic?
it's because I have them printing on 2 sides.
Oh, that's dumb.
If I just have it printing on the front or just printing on the back, it knocks off about $5. But
I see.
because it's printing on both sides.
Lamb
Yeah.
sauce.
Anyway, Shauna says tuna is good too. I need to work up to liking salmon. Too much of it growing up as a kid because it's all we had sometimes. Fishing community. 'Cause
Oh,
forks.
and see, we're landlocked, and
Yep.
so we never had fish. So I didn't have fish till I was an adult. My
Yeah,
parents liked it, but we didn't like it, and so we just never had it
yeah.
ever. And we have like salmon like once a week at our house.
Oh yeah.
We haven't had it in a while because Audrey always chooses to make salmon because it's so easy.
It's easy. Put it in the oven. Throw a bunch of butter on it.
Lemon pepper. She likes lemon pepper.
Yeah. Melissa says I'm going to try a sample pack. What is best to mix it with? Easiest thing is heavy cream.
Yep. It's easy to do heavy cream. We like butter, but it's not as easy.
Yeah, it's a little bit more work. I also yesterday made it with butter, but I made it into Muddy Buddies. Haha, it was delicious.
It's so good.
Deb ordered a purple V-neck. Hope it arrives
Oh,
fast.
I ordered a purple one, but I think it might be the scoop neck, so I'll wear it tomorrow and see. It's cute.
So Kubiak says, I tried cookies and cream this morning. It was really good. Then I noticed I should have put it in the fridge. I'll make one tonight in the morning and see how good it is. And it just, again, putting it into the fridge just makes it taste better.
It's like the flavor's a little bit stronger and the vitamin-y taste is a little bit less.
Any grittiness,
and it's
gone.
thicker. It's a little bit thicker. Of course, when you make it with butter, it's not really thicker. I mean, it's a tiny bit thicker, but heavy cream just is really thick and creamy.
So Joy says that she met us at the first KetoCon. Hope you we remember her.
Joy.
I've noticed keto. I have followed the keto to reverse type 2 diabetes, and I know it works.
Oh, that's
Loves Keto
so
Chow. Thank
awesome.
you. You're welcome. And it's so great to see people reversing the unreversible type 2 diabetes. So Sean's going to try salmon with Redmond seasoning.
And
says,
butter. Just put lots of butter
lots
on it.
Deanne, unless you're watching the amount of calories that you have, in which case you don't want to put butter in it because you just want the protein.
Or you just count it because you need to keep it.
Deanne says, I want to say thank you for the integrity you show in all aspects of your company. Well, we try as hard as we
Thank
can.
you. That's so nice.
All right. Well, I need to get to work. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Happy Friday.
Tomorrow, we will be probably on the shoreline of a lake.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. We're going to go boating. We're going to bring our little wave runners. So it'll be interesting. So, all right. Well, you all have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Bye.